Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Is it okay if I call you my seemingly normal viewers? Okay. My name is Molly, if you didn't already know. I started a mental health journey and resource account on Instagram in August of 2019. It's called @youseemnormal. If you found me on YouTube and you don't already follow that Instagram account, make sure you follow it because there are already tons of stuff on that channel, whereas this YouTube account is not beefed out yet. We also have a blog, and I will link that in the description. So for my first You Seem Normal video on YouTube, I wanted to talk about the first thing that I assess when I'm not doing well. So sometimes you have the drive to care for yourself, and sometimes you just don't. And so in those times where you just don't, this is one thing that I do, kind of a checklist that I think about in my mind that can help me feel better. Now, I didn't say best or good, but just better. So what I think about is Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which I'm sure you know about. It's basically thinking about those bottom level needs, those basic human needs. Am I getting enough sleep, food, water, a safe space? All of these are basic needs that you're going to need to function. And a lot of times when you're in a depression or a bad mood, or you're neglecting these things about yourself, and it kind of turns into this cycle. Another way, in a more fun and or weird way, I like to think about these basic human needs is treating yourself like you're a baby, and like you're caring for yourself like a baby. A baby is going to need to eat. A baby is going to need to sleep. So you got to do that for yourself. So the first thing I want to talk about is sleep. And this can be, they're all at different times can be the hardest one. This one I think can be the hardest one because if you're not doing well, you're probably not sleeping well. And if you're not sleeping well, you're probably not doing well. So it's really a chicken and the egg kind of thing. Mostly when I am in a depressed state, my days and my nights will get mixed up. So I will stay up super late because I don't, it's sad, but I don't want to do the next day. So I think that if I stay up later and later, it won't come as fast. And so when that happens, then I have to get my normal 10 hours of sleep. And so I sleep clear into the next day, till noon. Or that night, I won't be able to sleep because I haven't had a full day. I'll only have been awake for 12 hours. So what I do is it takes several days to get out of this state. I make myself get up at an earliest time, even though I'm really tired. So whatever I gotta do, tell myself, coffee, 2 cups of coffee, bribe myself to get out of bed at 8 or 9-ish. And also a way to bribe yourself is telling yourself that you're gonna have a nap later. So that's also possible. You probably need a couple days of the 9 a.m.s to get back in the routine. Anyway, food is the next thing. If you're depressed or you're feeling bad, you probably don't have the energy to make yourself food. But it's pretty necessary, I would say, and it makes me feel better when I do force myself to go do that. So I'm not even going to tell you to eat healthy. Whatever. I'm going to tell you, just get up, put some chips in a bowl. Okay? Don't just bring the bag of chips. Put some chips in a bowl. You can always go back for another bowl. Maybe cut an apple up into little pieces, or cut something up into little pieces, because that always makes me feel more like a baby and like I'm taking care of myself. And that is usually, that small amount of snack is usually enough to spark my appetite for an hour later or something, and so your appetite starts to come back. Okay, the next thing is hydration. I used to think, water, who really cares? But then I started this bullet journal, and I put a water tracker in there, and my goal is 6. You're supposed to have 8 or something about your weight or something, but my goal is 6 per day glasses of water. If you have a little bubble to fill in, you already feel better. So after a few days of having a water goal, you'll probably start to feel more energized weirdly. And maybe it's not from the water, maybe it's from the rest or the food, but it doesn't really matter what it's from, because you need all of these things, and you're trying to do all or one of these things, which can lead to the other things. So the last thing I have is a safe space. Now this could be a physical space or a mental space. So a physical space could be you hate your room. You hate your room when you're in a bad mood. And so you gotta go just have tea at a friend's. You gotta get out of that safe space and go into a different space. The thing you can do to spice up your room is maybe put on a diffuser or put on a candle or crack the window, even if it's super cold out. All of those things can spruce up your room and make it feel totally different. And then of course there is the safe mental space. Obviously it's not super there, but what I mean is you can frame how you're feeling as you're sick, because you are sick. It's like a sick day. Instead of saying to yourself, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. Instead, you can just say, I am taking care of myself today because I feel sick. What you should not do is wake up and say, I don't want to do this. You shouldn't start with your homework. You shouldn't start with your phone. You shouldn't start with any of those things. You should start with your super basic needs and do that for yourself. Was the kind of person in school, all through high school, college, where getting up would mean doing your homework, like right away, the first thing. That doesn't work very well because I wake up, I'm sitting in bed and thinking, I don't want to do my homework. So then you don't want to get up at all. But why don't you get up and do something else? You don't need to do your homework. Don't do your homework. So the really cool thing about these basic needs that you'll be addressing is, like, if you address one of them, I don't care which one, start with whichever one you love or hate the least. It will start to give you the energy or even just momentum to help with another one, or it will automatically help with another one. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and gained something from it. Be sure that you are subscribed to me here on YouTube. Now that I have a presence over here, you can even put on my Instagram feed posts and story posts as notifications if you want. So keep up the great work. And normal is boring. Okay.